Okay, so now working Jonkoso with vintage has been one of the most trending aspects of our fashion designing. So in this tutorial, I want to show you how I did or how I would do this lovely combination using a vintage fabric and a Korea Jonkoso outfit. Now, there are different concepts to this. Now, it depends on the one you want to make, but I will show you how I will make mine. So this Jonkoso trouser will be the first thing to draft in this tutorial. So you're going to see how I did this. Remember, I have made several videos on this, but then I just feel like showing you guys more ideas or more tutorial on this. So like you all know, my name is Mr. Redefined. So if you find this video interesting, don't forget to give me a thumbs up, like this video, share, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Now, this Jonkoso will be a very free pant or trouser. Remember, it is either you call it pant or you call it trouser, but you cannot call it pant trouser. It is tautology, right? So either you call it pant or you call it trouser. So here you arrange the fabric for the pant. So make sure you pick the right side that is meant to be the front. So make sure you pick the perfect area that is meant to be the front. So I think this is the front. This area is the front. Now, sometimes to differentiate this front and back seems to be a little bit difficult. So you need to be very careful while doing this as well. So now, when you have gotten to get the perfect placements, you always mark out your baselines. So like I told you guys, you need to have a set of this if you want to be a professional fashion designer. This will help your work to go far and it will give you more balancing effects. So you place this through this way. You know, this helps to get your baseline perfectly drafted. Then you mark your chalk this way, mark out the size just like this. Then you also mark out these lines just this way, mark out these lines just this way. So when you have marked out these lines as shown, so the next you will do now is to mark extra 2 inches here for your hem or folding allowance, right? You mark out this baseline and then connect the line as shown. So the length of the trouser we are working with here is going to be 44. So we want to have a very long pant or what they call trouser. 44 length, 44 length. So now, you make sure the lines are as straight as possible. The lines will be as straight as possible, just this way, and you connect this here as well. So once you have gotten the lines, then the next is to get a crotch. So the hip we are working with here is a hips of 50. So divide by 4 is 12.5. You take your crotch to be 12.5. You take your crotch to be 12.5. Then you connect the lines also. Then because we are making Jonkoso trouser, we are not going to use the plumb line method or what they call the English line. Rather, what you do is you come to your ankle, come in by 1.5 here or 2 inches, but we are using 1.5 so that the fabric will be enough. This 1.5 is to give the fitting at the ankle area. The hips is 50, remember. So you mark 12.5, 50 this way. Mark extra 2 inches, which is constant. So the waist for this one is a waist of 42. That's 10.5 plus extra 1 inch. That way, then you connect from here. You connect all through to this very point, and then you bring your hip curve. They have the pattern they call the hip curve in my rule set. You bring that particular one. All right, so here you take this, place this way, you make your curve that connects from here and go all through this way, right? And after which you slope or you come down by 0.5, half an inch for the waist slant or slope. Conventionally, you should have used 1 inch, but by the time we slant 1 inch and stitch the band by ½ inch, it goes by 1.5. It might tend to make the band to be feel like or poorly tilted, right, or much tilted. So I don't like to have a much tilted band. I like it to be a bit moderate. Then slant it with a curve. So this slant goes with a slight curve all through that way. And then the pocket point here we have is 2.5 inches, and the pocket depth we have here will be 8 inches because of the size of the customer in question. And after which you are going to raise the 1.5 inch you marked on the hem to come up to a certain length this way, and then you mark the ankle. So the ankle we are going to have here is ankle of 16, that's 8. So you mark 8 inches that way, no addition of any 1 inch or whatsoever. Then you raise it up as well in this form, and with the help of your hip curve, then you tilt or you bend this to flush perfectly at this edge, just like this. So it connects perfectly to this very point. And after this, you connect from here as well. You gently make sure you direct this ankle towards the line that's coming up from this direction, and then you go all through this way. You also blend it to flush perfectly this way. So you see, the essence of these rules cannot be overemphasized. So the front panel is done. If you observe, we did not make use of the lap. So for you to confirm that your lap measurement is correct, so whatever you have here, you have to measure to cross-check. So this lap now is 27, so which is very much inside. So here is 29, so this is covered, and the knee is 1920. So the knee is somewhere here. So the knee here is 19. The knee here is 20. Here is the knee. So how do you know the knee? You measure from the waist point 21, 22 inches or 23 inches deep to get your knee point. So here is my knee. So the knee is 21 here, which is very much okay. So the front panel has been marked out. So I will cut it out and I'll show you as well how to mark the back. Right, so now we want to drop the back panel. So all you need to do is to arrange it this way, and then conventionally you are going to bend the line here to slope down by half an inch, and the line should not be straight, it should be a bit curvy, right? So this is optional, but it helps in the fitting process as well. Then here you are going to mark 2 inches, but because of the fact we have a large client, I'm using 2.5 at the crotch extension, and here I am using 2 inches all along this line. So 2 inches all along this line, but the crotch extension I use 2.5. So you can go as far as using 3 inches on the crotch extension. Then connect the allowances together just like this. Connect them this way with the help of your tool. So this is how your tool will help you to do your connection properly. And then after you have done this, then you're going to raise the back panel by 4 inches. Now this raising is to enable you have the back band cut together with the back panel of the trouser. So this is way easier and more professional for you to use. And here at the back waistline, you are going to mark 2 inches, 2.5, and then here you're going to also mark same 2 inches or 2.5 as well. Then with the help of your hip trouser curve, you connect perfectly from the crotch extension to your extension of 2 inches, and then all the way to the waistline, and then you take it all through to the 4 inches that which you have raised. And this is all you need to do. Then for the side marking, you're going to use your trouser edge where the baseline was marked to continue. Then you cut out. So if you find this video interesting, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Ask your questions in the comment section. So I have made this video severally, both the cutting and the drafting. So the reason I am making this as well, in case the first one I did was not clear to you, so this one should answer all the hidden questions in that video. I know most people watch videos without trying to engage. They feel they want to be a silent observer or silent student. There's no problem if you want to be a silent student, but then know that the more you ask questions or the more you engage, the more you learn, and you also become visible in any platform you are following. So if you're learning, you don't have to hide it. All of us were once learning, so yours should not be different. Nobody was born a professional designer. All of us learned. Even the best hoteliers in the world learned sometime, somewhere, and they were asking questions when necessary. So you cut out all this way. So this is what we have, and then you go out this way again. Go all out this way again. So the band now is only going to be for the front panel. We're not going to cut back band anymore, right? If you have followed my previous videos I made. So these stuffs here are for the zip, pocket facing, and then we are going to cut only the front band, right? So, and the front band will still be the same 4.5 inches or 4 inches width. So the back band has been cut together. So this will be, when you join the front band, it will get to this point. When you now lock it and then refold, so this is what you'll be seeing. This is what you will have, like the band coming somewhere here, because the front band will now meet up with this one. So this is for the front piece. Now, for the senator or the top version of this, I think I'll make it a different video so that it doesn't become bulky. So this one is solely for the trouser illustrations. So the next video that will come here will be for the top. Please note that the sewing of all of these things are the same. The sewing of all of these things are the same. So don't wait necessarily when you see the sewing. When you have seen the drafting, you go ahead and watch other videos on how to put the regular pockets, how to attach the band. I have made a video on how to sew Jonkoso trouser here in this platform. So you must not wait till I post the sewing. Just go ahead and watch other videos I made on how to stitch this Jonkoso trouser. Follow the procedure and stitch your own so that you learn faster, because most of these things I post, I might not have the time to make the sewing tutorials, but anyone I had made, I would not like to repeat myself. Now, the reason I tend to do more of this cutting or the drafting is because drafting is mostly the problems most tailors face. And when you have mastered your drafting, you see that you don't have much issues again. So this is for the band. So 4.5 inches width, 4.5 inches width. So it goes all through this way, and then you cut this as well. So the rope will be the jogger's rope, right? I have also shown us how to attach the jogger's rope. So you will look somewhere around this video, you will see a link that popped up somewhere around this video. Click on that link on that video and follow suit and learn or see how the jogger's rope of trousers will be attached, and the elastic as well will be attached. So thank you for watching, guys. Hope to see you on the next one. Bye bye for now.